What's happening, people? Population Nation here, and today unfortunately, I aren't joined by my mate Grogu. I haven't got BB-8, but I have got my coffee jug. So I've got Darth Vader with me, who, by the way, likes his coffee on the dark side. Anyway, we're not here to discuss coffee or the dark side or even Darth. Even though Darth's long time been one of my, I was going to say heroes, but he's more of a villain, isn't he? But he was still one of my favourite characters of all time. And I actually had the pleasure of meeting him when I was younger, very young. The toy shop that was opening up, and we queued to get in, and I was with my cousin. We were both really young, and he held us, both like that, big strapping Dark Lord of the Sith, innit? He got the power. I had his picture taken, and unfortunately, got his autograph, but he signed it on my arm. And I didn't want to wash that arm for ages, but eventually I did. And he didn't speak much, because later I found out it was actually David Prowse. So, yeah, the actual actor himself was there in costume. But to me, as a young lad, I think I was about 4, maybe 5. I was just absolutely blown away because them Star Wars films, the original trilogy, I was rooting for him all the way through. Yeah, and yeah, I love that bit at the end where Luke takes off his helmet, says, "I want to save you," and he's like, "You already have." And I don't know why the George Lucas had to, at the end, replace the Force Ghost with Hayden Christensen. It just doesn't look right, does it? It just doesn't. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, really. But there we go. There we have it. Anyway, before we get started, do me a favour and subscribe. Help me out. I'm growing all the time. Yeah, gaining confidence. I'm slowly working out the software so I can improve the quality of my videos. My brain's not what it used to be, so it's taking a bit slowly, like. Yeah, but anyway, I'm here to talk about The Last of Us. Now, I think I made a video about the first 3 episodes, and as someone who hasn't played the game, I am reviewing it as someone who hasn't played the game. So I'm reviewing it basically judging the series on its own merits. So, what I can say is, um, I think the world, this sort of post-apocalyptic world that they're now living in, um, it reminds me, if you watch like Doomsday Preppers, it seems like um, basically either the people who have had the balls to do what needed to be doing to survive, or the people who had already anticipated and had the supplies and the know-how and skill to survive. Obviously, civilization's broken down to some extent, but there's pockets here and there, and as always, different areas are run differently. We've got Ali, who we know is immune, and Joel has made a promise to take it to, is it Wyoming or somewhere? Um, yeah, and along the way, obviously, the bonding sort of more and more, and it's being more and more apparent that because she keeps saying to Joel, like, when there was that trap set up and he ran over the guy and everything, and she was like, "How did you know?" And he's like, "Well, I've done these sort of things. This is why he survived so far." Sort of thing. Yeah, it's sort of nice how they're travelling across the country. Um, it actually brings quite a bit of realism to it. With these post-apocalyptic, things, you always think, where's the army? Where's the military? But as they explained, they did fight back, but they were infiltrated, and now this is what's left. And people are basically trying to rebuild. You always get them people that think they're better than everybody else, and like I say, different places to go to, got different leaders with different agendas, and they just want to make the way. Uh, they'd rather not have any bother, but they need to go to these towns and places, and like Joel said, everyone's trying to survive, and they'll do whatever when, push comes to shove. And I like how Ali is sort of, she grew on me, and she's obviously grown on Joel. We all know that he lost his daughter. Now, the series goes by, I thought you'd get more and more and more attached to her, but it doesn't quite come across as that father-daughter relationship. It just seems more like he's got some purpose and he's on some sort of redemption arc. Eventually, yeah, he finds some place, and his brother's Tommy's there, and they seem to have a reasonably good uh, little community going on. Um, yeah, but there doesn't seem to be any big like major um how can I put it? Like major organisation that are trying to get these people together and organise it. They're all in their little pockets, and they're obviously scared and frightened. Um, and it's sort of, yeah, civilization sort of has broke down into that bit where it's almost tribal, and they're working their way through it. And yeah, uh, towards the end, when Joel actually finds his brother Tommy, and he's like, Luke tells her she's immune, she's special basically, and she needs to go to this place. This could, you know, potentially, save civilization as we know it, sort of thing. And then Ali spills her heart out. Um, yeah, and Joel ends up taking her. I mean, I think in one way he's right. His brother's younger, fitter, um, and that lot. But um, if it was the other way, if it was in my shoes and I was Joel, like, yeah, I would have felt guilt tripped into doing it, and also spending some time with such a long time with someone like that. They've been through a lot together. Yeah, so like I say, I hear like from the gaming perspective, he takes her on as like a daughter figure. Um, there seems a little bit more than that. Um, but yeah, the dynamic, the the world and how it's going, it seems Mad Max sort of springs to mind. Yeah, it really does actually. Sort of Mad Max. Obviously, not as extreme like in some of the mad stuff that happens in Mad Max, hence the name Mad Max. But yeah, it's just a sort of nice story of survival and two people that become intrinsically linked together. And at the end, uh, well, I think it's the end. The last episode I watched, I think that was the last episode. Not 100% sure actually, but she's trying to save him. She's got that medical kit, and yeah, them guys, them sort of weirdos, godlike people, or the leaders of some sort of godlike person wants to get the girl and says, take out your rent on him. He's on the mattress recovering, and yeah, brings it within himself to, like I say, he's been fighting a war, not a literal war, but a war of survival and a war in his mind, and manages to get up and save himself. And yeah, just like I say, in these situations, you've either got it or you haven't. Like I say, you can prep all you like, but if you haven't got the bollocks to see it through, then no amount of prepping, no matter how many, jars of pickles you've got, will save you if you're not willing to make the hard decisions. And like I say, that guy, oh, I'm injured. Joel knew it was a trap, and yeah, would have left him there to die. Even though it was a trap, he knew it was a trap, and he'd done it himself. Like I say, it's not just about how many jars of pickles you got. It's about the mindset and willing to use it. And like I say, after the loss of his daughter and all the trauma that's gone on, he's done some pretty bad things. He admits to it. So the thing with Ellie is, it's not just about saving her. It's also about saving himself, redemption, and hopefully saving civilization. Like I say, I don't know if that was the last episode. Hope it's not. But yeah, so far, like I say, not played the game, but enjoying the series. It's well worth a watch. I know fans of the game are, for the most part, very happy and positive about it. And I haven't actually spoken to that many people who have watched it who haven't played the game, but they're into it. So I think it deserves a thumbs up. And if you'd be so kind, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell, ding dong, share the video. And if something like this ever did happen, I hope, rather than hoard what little we got and F everybody else, that we can come together and rebuild civilization and share the love and peace. Thank you for listening. Population Nation out.